So why steps? Now you hear me talk about steps a lot. It stands for start toward effective preparations for success. So I remember some years ago, I was sitting there and I was thinking about, and this motto came to me: small steps equals the big change. And many times when we think about changing, especially with our eating or being healthier, it seems so hard because we're looking at it from a certain way. But the key is to take small steps, consistent steps that leads to change. How many people do you know start something and stop? We all do that, times in our life. But if you can do small little steps and just keep building on that, the results will be better. Because I try to make it practical. Because I remember when I was working outside the home in a community center, it's like so hard for people to make change. But I began to think, if I just encourage them to take small steps, what is one thing you can do? So even with you. So that's what steps is about, like getting people to take those small steps. Now, as we know, or you may know, may not know, even when it comes down to obesity, Mississippi is probably like number 4, I think. I looked that up the other day. So we understand a lot is going on, technology, a lot of people are not as active. So what can you do? It doesn't mean that all hope is gone, but take small steps. What is something that you can do? It may be drinking more water, maybe exercising 10 minutes a day or 15 minutes a day, whatever you can do. So stay in your lane and see what you can do. So a lot of times we're comparing, we're competing, we're looking at this person, but you have to start somewhere. So my encouragement to you today is to start. So that's why you always hear me say about steps. What step can you take? Because sometimes we want to jump here and jump there. Or I just want to do what somebody else is doing. I want to have these results. You want the results, but you don't want to take the time out to get the results. It takes time. How long did it take you to get those extra 50 pounds? So you want them to come off in a week. Well, it may not happen for you like that. It may take 4 months, But if you're willing to take, do what you have to do it, you can get the results. And a lot of times I just kind of keep it practical in my teaching about eating health, very practical. So it's not like, okay, like for me, I'm pregnant, right? So I'm eating more anyway, but it's not like I don't ever eat nothing sweet. I don't ever eat chips. Yes, I do. But there are still ways you can do healthier options. But if I want some cookies, I'm going to eat some cookies. If I want some chips that have a taste for, I'm going to eat it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not neglecting myself for anything that tastes good, as people say, but it still has its place. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not going to always do that every single day. I'm not there, that's not my diet includes. No. So you have to know how to place it. You have to know how to eat it. But taking those small steps, what is your goal? What is your overall goal? But what are the ways you want to get there? So I think that's the thing of being consistent. If it's water, let me work on water for this week. Let me work on baking foods for this week. Let me work on cooking, So get something in your mind that you want to do and focus in on that. Work on that and perfect it. And once you perfect it, you get it. You know what I'm saying? It becomes a habit to you. So when it comes down to healthy eating, I know many of you are discouraged. Sometimes many of you feel like it's no hope. But if you do the work consistently, you're going to eventually see the results. So yeah. So on my website, www.stepsforchange.net, I do have something that I started where I offer nutritional, meal plans, all of that, meal plans, grocery lists, just to kind of help push you, because sometimes people need somebody to kind of push them in the right direction. So if that's you, you can check the website out. You can see the information. You can sign up there. But yeah, it's just being consistent with something. It may not be something big, but what is that thing for you? Your area where you need help the most. Maybe you like sweets. Okay, we all like sweets. Well, maybe what way can I have them healthier? There are ways where you can still eat cookies, but maybe I need a healthier option. You know what I'm saying? So you don't have to take it out your diet. I can't have it no more, because most times when you do that, 9 times out of 10, when you start back, you overdo it. It's not going to work. But you can still have taste. You can still, because based on your diagnosis, you may have high blood pressure, you may have diabetes, whatever it may be. You may need to cut back. You may need to alter some of your meals.